Teachers will make all the difference in these young lives, but too often their outstanding efforts go unnoticed.
That's why Channel 5 wants to say thanks to teachers.
And you can too by nominating a teacher in grades K through 12 that you feel deserves special recognition.
Nomination forms are available at your local Hardee's restaurant or Eagle drugstore. 5 exceptional teachers will be chosen and honored on Eyewitness News.
It's our way of saying
thanks to teachers from Channel 5.
Experience the technical advantage and be a winner with 200 career choices at the Metro Technical Colleges. Get excited about a new career. Enjoy the satisfaction of a better salary. Feel positive about your skills and abilities. 10 convenient Metro campus locations. Call the Metro Technical College's information line, 423-2121, or your local technical college.
Sun Valley Waterbeds went to great lengths to fill its stores with the best selection of waterbeds, inner springs, bedroom furniture, and accessories. Now, it's going even further to empty them. Presenting the huge annual clearance sale at Sun Valley Waterbeds and More. You'll save 15 to 50% on everything, including beautiful black lacquer, wall units, solid oak, day beds, Sealy, and spring air. Plus, put no money down, make no payments, and pay no interest until spring. They filled the stores, but they're emptying fast during the annual clearance sale at Sun Valley Waterbeds and More.
Mark Curtis, more than good sports, great sports.
KSTP Channel 5 presents the grandest event of the St. Paul Winter Carnival. Here's a look at the 1916 Grand Day Parade, the 1934 Parade. During World War II, the Parade of 45. Here's a scene from the 1960 edition. The Carnival rolls on in 1979. And now, the tradition of the Winter Carnival Grand Day Parade returns to Channel 5 in 1990.
Well, times have changed, haven't they? Good afternoon. Welcome to the Grand Day Parade. I'm Randall Carlisle.
And I'm Angela Astore.
This is a part of history, I guess. It's the 104th Grand Day Parade, and I would have to say that King Boreas is firmly in control.
Yes, the winter forces really came on strong overnight. We got about an inch of snow throughout the metro area. You see, Boreas knew that the Vulcans would be out in force, and he was not to be outdone today.
Well, he seems to get beat every year at the end of the carnival, so he is firmly in. This is a perfect day for a Winter Carnival Grand Day Parade. There are hundreds of people around. Everybody's ready for the parade to begin. People are milling around Rice Park where the ice carvings are going on right now. Bob Bruce is going to be up in the booth joining us in a few minutes, but right now he is over in the park with all the people. Bob.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's a wonderful day here in Rice Park. From every artery around, from the Civic Center, from over on the other side of the Ordway, people flocking in to get ready for the beginning of the parade. What's your name, ma'am?
Donna Gregory.
Donna. Now, this is absolutely the best American eagle I've ever seen. Is that what it is?
It's an American eagle. It represents freedom. We hope the Soviets get a message.
Absolutely. This is just some of the activities going on in Rice Park. People getting hot cider and, of course, trying to get the best possible spot for the beginning of the parade. King Boreas, absolutely delightful today, but I don't know who's winning the battle today between Volcanus Rex and King Boreas. We got the snow last night, but Volcanus Rex, with that sun beaming down on my face, absolutely gorgeous out here. Let's go back across the street. I'm going to talk with some of the people down here a little bit later on. We'll go back to Angela and Randall.
You know, Bob's right, because it's an absolutely perfect combination. We have the sun out and we have the snow on the ground. It's perfect for the parade.
They are fighting each other, both of the forces.
You know, the parade goers and the participants are now getting ready. Everyone's getting settled. We're going to take a break, and we're going to come back with more live coverage of the Grand Day Parade.
The Winter Carnival Grand Day Parade is brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers. We sell cars that make sense. By United Ski Industries Association. You've got to ski it to believe it. By Park Nicollet, the other great clinic in Minnesota. And by your Twin Cities area Greater Metro Auto Dealers. Now is the best time ever to buy a new car.
Your Hyundai dealer invites you to test drive the all-new 1990 Excel and get more car than you paid for.
Get more car than you paid for, right?
Take, for instance, this new four-door. It's got 20% more power, more room inside. Plus you get air conditioning, automatic, stereo.
Right. So?
So, this Excel with all that costs less than most other cars with none of that. Right?
I'll drive.
Limited time cash rebates will save you hundreds on all new Excel. See your dealer for details.
I like winter, but I worry. I worry. Will my old car start this morning? Will my old car keep running in this cold? Will my old car get through this snow? I was going to wait until spring to get a new car, but I'm tired of worrying. I want to get a car that I can count on right now.
Right now, your Twin Cities area new car dealers have cars you can count on and hot deals that will really warm you. So don't worry and don't wait. Now is a great time to get a new car.
Park Nicollet Medical Center is a large group practice, much like the Mayo Clinic. The advantage of a group practice is that it allows us to treat the whole patient and not just a part. For example, I often see patients who have breast cancer. After our other specialists at Park Nicollet have treated her tumor, plastic surgery can help a patient feel good about herself again.
Winter clothing for Channel 5's broadcast team provided by Hoygards.
And welcome back to the 1990 Grand Day Parade. I'm Angela Astore along with Randall, Carlisle, and Bob Bruce is out along the parade route right now.
Thank goodness for Hoygards providing these winter clothes for us today. What would you say? It's in the 20s with a pretty strong wind blowing, so
that'd be my guess.
Wind chill down maybe around 0. We hear sirens. The parade is just about ready to get underway. You realize this whole, we have a New York newspaper columnist to thank for this entire winter carnival event here in St. Paul. It was back in the 1800s, and he came to St. Paul, went back and wrote in a New York newspaper that this place is like Siberia and it's not fit for human beings to live in. Well, the city fathers of St. Paul said, we can't have the world thinking that St. Paul's like Siberia, and so they thought up the winter carnival to show the world that we can have fun even though it's cold and we get lots of snow.
Absolutely, and people are having fun today, especially now as they hear that the parade is starting to make its way down the street. Truly, this is a perfect day. We've been saying all week long, boy, it doesn't feel like winter. Today, it does feel like winter, and this is what we needed to get this parade started off correct.
Absolutely, and it started on time, I think, this year. It was a little late last year, and boy, just shortly after 2, and we see it coming down the street already. Starts, what, about 9 blocks away from here, and we are towards the end of the parade route. And as they come by the library here and the reviewing stands, there are hundreds of people ready to watch this parade. Of course, the parade always begins with police cars.
That's right. St. Paul's finest.
That's right.
Kick off this parade.
They organize this event so well. They keep the streets cleared out, and keep traffic moving. And downtown St. Paul is a wonderful place to be on a day like this. You see the Black Mariah in the background.
Yes, if you were given a ride in this wagon in the early 1900s, it would not have been your lucky day.
No, you wouldn't want to be in this. Today, it's not too bad, though.
Today, it's not too bad. This was used by the police department to transport prisoners from the old courthouse to the workhouse at Como Park. It was called the workhouse van.
See the kids getting ready to see the Black Mariah as it comes by. They'll get more into the parade as the clowns come and the marching bands come.
Well, you saw they have their snacks with them. So
well, absolutely. That's mandatory for a parade. I was surprised to find out that they called these paddy wagons after there were so many Irish people in the police forces back in those days named Patrick, and so that's how they came up with the name paddy wagon.
See the folks waving there on the Black Mariah. That rig is being pulled by 2 black Percheron horses today.
Gorgeous horses.
Making their way down the parade route right here in front of Landmark Center in Rice Park.
Bob Bruce has joined us from Rice Park. Look like a fun group of people over there.
Well, I tell you, this must be the King Boreas side of the street because it's much cooler over here than it is on the far side. And that sunshine is glorious. The people are having a great time, but here it is chilly.
So the Vulcans are over there and King Boreas is here. The Vulcans are over there,
yeah.
See these little ones in the shade here. They're all bundled up and they have their furry hats on.
You were looking at the U.S. Marshal paddy wagon. Just passed by, and riding on that wagon was the U.S. Marshal, Bob Pavlak, Sr.
take a look at, you can tell how windy it is today by looking at the flags there.
This is the American Legion massed colors.
This is sponsored by the 4th and 5th District American Legion, and the flags are being carried by volunteer members. This district has participated in this parade for over 20 years.
They say they have, what, 140 to 160 marchers. He handed me a release just before the parade began with some of the names of the people here. I guess the state commander is Paul Andrzejewski. And the 4th District commander is Reggie Burt.
Look at all those American flags. Isn't that pretty? Colorful.
He said they had over 100 marchers or something and got over 100 flags, it looks like.
That is really a pretty sight.
Proudly displaying Old Glory. It does make you feel patriotic as you sit here and you watch all those flags walking in front of us. And you see people standing now in respect for the flag. I don't know if you can see that along the sidelines.
You can see just from our vantage point down the street there in some of the skyways. The great thing about the Winter Carnival Parade, the skyways really get packed with people. And one of the best seats along the parade route, of course, because it's heated.
They're the chickens there, huh?
The more hardy of us are right out here in the forces, right?
Well, of course,
Winter
not everyone
forces.
had a choice, right? There you are. See, everybody's bundled up. They know how to handle this kind of weather.
They all have smiles on their faces, too.
The Winter Carnival.
Hello. You having a good time? He can't hear us. He can just see us.
Well, the Winter Carnival people just had to be jumping up and down for joy last night because of all the snow falling, just to put a little bit of a winter atmosphere.
We got these warm winter coats a couple of weeks ago and weren't even sure we'd need to wear them.
Some more of the American Legion folks there.
The women's massed colors. Forest Lake American Legion Unit 225 Auxiliary Color Guard and Drill Team.
This is an award-winning color guard and drill team. They were named champions in 1987, 88, 89.
Sergeant at Arms Nancy Shack in that group.
And Forest Lake always has been involved. For many years back, they used to have the ice car races out on Forest Lake. And a great community up there, and they've always been involved in the Winter Carnival.
You can hear a band coming down the street now.
Coming down in the background. Those are the Norwest Marchers.
Of course, Norwest, one of the proud sponsors of the Grand Day Parade.
Walking with the group are the Harding Drumline. Their Norwest slogan is "Proud to be with you." There's one of the many colorful characters walking down the parade route. Wait till the kids here see him.
One of the dancing bears. Well, I don't know.
Can you tell, Bob?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
He's having a great time down there, though. Take a look at that. A lot of young children here. It's amazing, especially down on the curb. Very young.
There. Say hi, Mr. Bear. I'm having a good time. And you can hear them in the background coming. We have a band finally coming down the street. Who are these marchers here? That's the Norwest Marchers
Norwest
still,
Marchers,
huh?
yeah.
See, they have their logo there. They can turn around and it forms their slogan, "Proud to be with you."
They're making it out of the giant 21-foot square Norwest logo.
There you see the band in the background, the Rice Lake High School Marching Band. There you see the Norwest Marchers making their logo. Look at that.
Hey, that's pretty snazzy.
How about that? All right, well, we're going to take a quick break from the parade and look at some of the candidates for Queen of the Snows.
Hello, my name is Larice Pillar, and I'm sponsored by the St. Paul Hotel.
Good afternoon. I'm Heather McCarthy, and I'm honored to represent AT&T.
Hello, I'm Natalie Johnson. I'm sponsored by Buttonworks.
Hi, my name is Laura Kynes. I'm proud to represent 3M.
Hi, Randall.
The Munbury
Boyers boys have always taken after their father. Same love of a big breakfast. And until recently, the same cholesterol problem. So now they're eating right and using Mocha Mix non-dairy creamer. Because Mocha Mix is cholesterol-free and low in saturated fat. Because it tastes great. And because their mom told them to. Mocha Mix Creamer. For 40 years, the original healthier alternative.
Gotta give it a try. And one day you'll fly. You gotta start with a hill.
Even learning's fun.
With a lesson or two,
Ski school's great.
you'll know what to do. Ride up the mountain, take off, feel the thrill. You gotta ski it to believe it. You'll never know till you try it. Ski it to believe it. Ski it to believe it. You gotta ski it to believe it. Ski it to believe it.
Bring a friend.
Bring the kids.
You gotta ski it to believe it. Ski it.
Sitting down on the job again, huh?
I'm test sitting the new 1990 Sonata from Hyundai. Get a load of all this room. Make a great family room.
Whatever happened to test driving?
Did that too. Sonata's 2.4-liter engines are real kick. Now, you play Answer Man. What would you guess this much car goes for?
Oh, I guess 12 to 14,000 easy. Huh. But I know it's under 10.3. I own one.
He's smarter than he looks.
Limited time factory-to-dealer incentives could save you hundreds on 90 Sonatas. See your dealer for details.
Welcome back to our live coverage from St. Paul. What would a parade be without the marching bands? This is Rice Lake High School Marching Chiefs. Let's take a listen.
195 members strong, the Rice Lake High School Marching Band. Gets you in the spirit of the parade, doesn't it?
Absolutely, and everyone's giving them a round of applause. Coming up next, the characters from the Peanuts comic strip. Charlie Brown, Linus, Lucy, Snoopy, the whole gang's here.
Of course, their creator, Charles Schultz, grew up here.
That's right, he was born in St. Paul.
You know, with Charles, he left the state of Minnesota to live in California, but he never really left Minnesota. He has his own private ice rink, supports a lot of hockey tournaments, and his daughter skates every year in the Macy's Day Parade with Snoopy, an artificial ice rink.
He donated the use of his characters for the parade for the whole winter carnival this year. There's the Bouncing Girl.
The Bouncing Blanket Team. This is sponsored by the St. Paul Athletic Club. They have 25 club members, 22 guys, 3 bouncing queens, and one of them you see there. You have to trust those guys, you know.
Angela, they did offer to take you down there on the blanket.
There she goes.
You would love that. Come on, go down there real quick and jump on that blanket.
I think she did a fine job.
My friend Kip Kuntz is the caller for them this year. That's the longest running entry in this parade.
Yeah, that club's been in existence since 1886.
It's very difficult to do that, and they say the toughest part is when you're going up and down the hills because the blanket does not remain level. So it's kind of an uncontrolled toss.
I can believe that.
They're going to give it another
do
try.
It one more time.
Yep.
Of course, these girls try out for this every year. We covered that in our news.
Well, they say there's no way to really practice it unless you've got like 16 brothers in the backyard. So, I mean...
You do it. There she goes.
Whoa!
Whoa! Way up in the air.
Oh, take a look at the float that received the King Boreas Award. Now, this is the 3M float.
Sponsored by the 3M Club. The theme is Celebrate Minnesota 1990.
And it depicts a scene of winter activities, a toboggan run and ice skating.
Rather appropriate. There's Princess Laura Kynes.
Laura Kynes.
And Patty Olson and Linda Robertson are her two attendants. Beautiful float.
King Boreas Award winner. At one time, King Boreas called King Borealis after the Aurora Borealis and the Northern Lights, and then later on they changed it in the Carnival.
Ah, the clowns.
It's always nice to see the clowns. The kids just love them.
They got some great names here. Mr. Rags, Jingles, Bonbon, Pickles, Bubbles, Pockets, Clooney, Snuggles, Skittles, and Jolly Bean. How did they come up with those? Did their parents call them that?
The 3M Clown Club is sponsored by the 3M Club as well. Boy, when these guys and gals are called clowns in the office, their colleagues really mean it because all of them are 3M employees.
They do a lot of volunteer work. They volunteer at hospitals and nursing homes, and they raise money for muscular dystrophy.
Now we're looking at the Shriners.
The Shriners are out in full force this parade every year. 200 members.
The Osmond Shriners we're looking at.
I don't think there's a parade anywhere in the United States that doesn't include at least one shrine unit. And of course, the Shriners here with the Crippled Children's Hospital over on the East River Road it does a tremendous job for young children throughout the Twin Cities area and in the Five-State area as well.
They really do so much good work in the community.
They have so much in this parade here. They have the Legion of Honor Color Guard, the Drum and Bugle Corps, the marching units.
And I understand that they've won numerous awards and trophies for their parade appearances.
I was at a National Shriners Convention in Las Vegas once. Boy,
that must have been fun.
I'll tell you. The whole town was filled with Shriners. There's their float.
Their float carries Hospital Princess Nancy Pachowski.
She's only 11 years old. Hi, Nancy. You're waving. She's sitting in the back there.
All bundled up.
6th grader at St. Bernard's.
Well, they do have a lot of fun. Everybody knows that the Shriners like to have fun, but all of the events and stuff that they put on, it's all going to the Crippled Children's Hospitals, and they're really a very important part of the community. The Shrine circuses that come to town every year, very children-oriented, the Shriners.
And those hospitals, as I understand it, serve children at absolutely free.
No cost.
Correct?
No cost.
Well, look at all the people.
They have a tremendous turnout today. I mean, this is a really large crowd. We can't see, of course, all the areas, but it looks like they've got a pretty good-sized crowd for the Grand Day Parade.
Now, what are these guys singing here?
They're having a good time. There's no doubt about that. Belting out a song. We're from St. Paul.
And we're all happy to be here today. Boy, what a perfect day for a Grand Day Parade. It was too warm yesterday.
It was. Today, it really is a good day. If the wind would die down just a little bit.
That'd be nice. Can't have everything, though.
Let's take a break, and we'll be back shortly with more of our live coverage of the Grand Day Parade.
The Winter Carnival Grand Day Parade is brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers. We sell cars that make sense. By United Ski Industries Association. You've got to ski it to believe it. By Park Nicollet, the other great clinic in Minnesota. And by your Twin Cities area Greater Metro Auto Dealers. Now is the best time ever to buy a new car.
I'm about to present a case to some of my colleagues. We present cancer cases on a regular basis here at Park Nicollet. That way, one physician gets to share the experience of many. The Mayo Clinic does that. We do it. Maybe that's why cancer survival rates at Park Nicollet are so good.
Winter clothing for Channel 5's broadcast team provided by Hoy Guards.
Good afternoon. My name is Jody Peterson, and my sponsor is North Central Construction Supply.
Hello, my name is Nancy Reese. My sponsor is Universal Press and Label.
Hello, my name is Ann Gertner, and I'm sponsored by Fairway Golf Center.
Good evening. My name is Michelle Dill, and I'm sponsored by Tercel Companies Incorporated.
Hi, Bob.
Hey, you know, the last set knew who I was, and this set knows who you are, Bob.
How do you guys rate?
The Court Chamberlain Award to the city of Winnipeg.
Yes, this newly designed float symbolizes the ethnic nature of Canada, the 10 provinces, 2 territories, and the many nationalities, all under one flag. The theme of the float is Mosaic of Canada.
You know, our ties with Winnipeg and the Winter Carnival go way back. They used to have a sled dog race all the way from Winnipeg down to St. Paul.
In fact, at one point in 1966, I raced it in 79, a snowmobile race that started with the Festival de Voyageurs and came all the way to St. Paul, over 500 miles.
Some familiar faces here.
There's our guys. I see Steve and Sharon and Wendy and Stan and Kirsten.
The whole crew from KSTP
Some of their
TV.
families. Lauren Green. Hi, guys. There's Mark Sapelsa. We get to wave to somebody, too.
I love Kirsten's hat. Kirsten and Chuck.
They're all dressed well for the weather.
Everybody's having fun today.
Sure, it's fun to be involved in a parade.
Steve and Sharon.
This could be the first time I've ever seen a Winter Carnival parade from start to finish because we were always on the float. We never see the whole parade.
Which gives you a weird perspective, doesn't it?
It's so true.
You see the float in front of you and behind you, and that's
you
about
never see anything else.
And all the people. And all the kids. Boy, what a gorgeous float we have coming down in front of us that you're going to see in just a sec. There it is from Blaine. Blaine's blazing forth.
Yeah, every year on the 4th of July, Blaine has a big celebration.
And they're playing music as they go down the parade route. This is the Civic Award. They, obviously the Olympic logo there is to celebrate the newly opened Olympic Training Center in Blaine.
That really is a nice float.
See the Junior Commodore there waving, and then go back to the royalty. Miss Blaine's blazing forth is Jill Allman.
Princesses Carla Ringy and Jody Allman.
Now these guys are fun every year.
You know,
I heard you do your driveway like this, Bob.
Well, I've almost forgotten what these things are, you know. We needed the snow today to remind us.
One thing's for sure, nobody was more happy to see the snow today than the Toro people. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Well, this is a fun-loving group here.
Got a great routine. Look at this routine they're doing.
I know. Not bad, huh? They practice for hours and hours, or maybe minutes at least, on this routine.
Let's take a look at some more of the Queen candidates right now, and we'll be back in a minute.
Good afternoon. My name is Michelle Heisick, and I'm sponsored by St. Paul Park Heritage Days.
Hello, my name is Julie Steppen, and my sponsor is North Star Ice.
Hello, my name is Danielle Lynn Radke, and my sponsor is the Woodbury Chamber of Commerce.
Good afternoon. My name is Lori Schumacher, and my sponsor is DL Schumacher.
Hey, Angela, where's the snow?
Well, we fooled them, didn't we?
I have a feeling that was recorded a day or two before.
We did get that snow, and it's great to see.
The Toro snowblowers there. Boy, they look all brand new and unused, don't they? That's because of this year.
Randall, isn't it true that you bought your snowblower this year?
I bought a snowblower at the beginning of the year saying, I'm ready for all the snow we're going to get. And boy,
I think I made it about 2 years of shoveling with that shovel, and that was about it.
You know, the fun thing about the Toro people is that they have a lot of their big guys there, CEOs and...
In the midst of the drill team.
Yeah, that's fun.
The Ramsey County Sheriff sponsors the Explorer Post number 2.
Color Guard.
Color Guard.
The oldest post in the Boy Scouts. This is the 47th Infantry Division Band, sponsored by the Minnesota National Army Guard.
Now, if there's any unit that really knows about parades, it's got to be the National Guard, because if you've ever been on Highway 10 in the middle of summer trying to get up to Brainerd, there's always an Army parade up to Camp Ripley going at about 25 miles an hour. So they're constantly in parades.
They toured Sweden back in '88, so they've been around.
This is our military grand marshal that you're seeing.
General Andreotti.
Adjutant General, which is the highest ranking military officer in the state.
Should we salute him?
I think so.
Stand up and salute.
He's
Hello,
waving
General.
to everyone.
Gene Andreotti. Uh-oh, uh-oh,
Oh, no.
They're here.
Oh, no.
The Vulcans.
They strike again, wrecking havoc along the parade route.
I don't know, Randall. We better scoot in a little closer to Angela because we may have to protect her.
Oh, that's right.
Please do.
Are we strong enough?
You don't never trust these guys.
I might have to protect you guys. Who knows? With them, you never know.
Now, they shouldn't be feeling too proud today. King Boreas has exerted quite a bit of strength over on this side of the street, I'll tell you.
Yes, for a while there, it looked like the Vulcans were prevailing, but not today.
Look at that, you know, that little boy didn't know whether to be scared or what these guys are doing here. It's all in good fun.
Of course, they're all riding the fire truck. Travels behind them to give them a lift when they need it.
Sponsored by Cool 108. Look at them. Strutting their stuff, wreaking havoc. That's a fun little... How'd that whole thing begin?
Well, Volcanus Rex, when they smudge people, that stuff does not come off very easily. You have to have cold cream. It's
What
like
do they
grease
use?
paint. It's like a theatrical grease paint, and it's very difficult to get off.
Now, this is the honorary military Grand Marshal Larry Stark.
He was a prisoner of war in Vietnam.
Spent over 5 years as a prisoner of war. And he's here today, waving to the crowd.
Some traveling dignity there. Look at that carriage. Isn't that gorgeous? White and blue.
See Bob Carter in that carriage. Bob Carter, Sr. and Jr., of course, involved in the Winter Carnival for quite some time.
This is the Highland Park Band, 65-member marching band. They perform all over halftime for football games at the U of M. All right, let's take a listen to them.
There they go.
This is just about perfect weather for them. Not too cold so their lips don't freeze to the trumpets.
Oh, I
And,
can remember
you know,
those years, Randall. Boy, sometimes it gets a little scary when they have to play
I would think so.
in cold weather.
Hi, everyone. Look at all the little ones having a great time. South St. Paul Kaposha Days.
This is a festival that South St. Paul celebrates. Gets its name from the Kaposha Indians, a tribe of the Sioux, the first settlers along the bluffs of what is now South St. Paul. So it's
Miss South
very
St. Paul is
appropriate.
there.
I think it was at 1916 or somewhere around in there. They had an encampment of Sioux Indians over in one of the ice palaces as one of the major attractions of the Winter Carnival.
Boy, that would have been spectacular.
Oktoberfest.
Ah, you can tell.
A little ways away, but this float comes to us from La Crosse, Wisconsin, and their Oktoberfest float. Of course, the theme is depicted there. Everyone dancing, celebrating.
Having a good time. Can't you taste the brats as you watch that float?
The brats and the beers.
Yeah,
Heileman's
yeah.
Brewery, based down there, home of the world's largest six-packs. They have these big grain elevators that are painted to look like beer cans, and definitely a landmark in that city.
And this float's taking home the Prime Minister's Award. Congratulations to them.
Well deserved. That does put you in the spirit, doesn't it?
If you love to polka, that is the place to go to polka in October.
And you've done it, right?
Everybody loves to polka. Everybody can polka.
Ah, the Wild River Boys.
Wild River Boys.
Sponsored by the Webster Lions Club.
I bet they know how to polka.
Now, what is he
Maybe not.
offering her?
Whoa! Listen to the noise. They call this a slabmobile?
says it's one of a kind.
Well, it's equipped with a refreshment center as well as what they call a relief station. There.
Watch out, duck.
Getting it. Granny Pa, the Wild River boys and girls.
We're even being tossed some buttons here.
Treasure fever, it says, for the treasure hunt that they have each year for the medallion. St. Paul Pioneer Press Dispatch, the float that you see there.
Some of their columnists on board, Joe Souchere, Nick Coleman.
You know, we have a newspaper columnist to thank for the Winter Carnival because a couple of them came from the East Coast. They saw Minnesota during the winter, and they called it basically Siberia. And a couple of the businessmen, including at that time one of the main owners of the St. Paul Pioneer Press Dispatch, got together and decided to have a carnival celebration, and that's how it all started.
They thought up the Medallion Award back in 1952. It's become one of the most popular events.
Well, whenever they hunt for that medallion, it's amazing. When they get close, there'll be 300-400 people in a park going crazy, turning over every bit of snow. And last year was hidden in a pair of white earmuffs, just laying on the ground.
Well, you'd think it'd be easy this year with the lack of snow cover we've had, but
makes it more difficult to hide it.
Yeah, it won't be hidden in snow, that's for sure.
Oh,
there he is, Bob Stein.
A familiar face.
Sports Grand Marshal of the parade.
President of the Minnesota Timberwolves.
He's got an uphill battle.
Of course, the Timberwolves are playing tonight against the Detroit Pistons.
Right here on Channel 5, I think.
Folks have really adopted the Timberwolves. And Bob Stein, the son-in-law of Marv Wolfison, who is, of course, one of the owners of the team. And they did an incredible job, Harvey Ratner and Marv Wolfison, in bringing that franchise here to the Twin Cities.
Now, have you guys ever tried this?
No, and I don't know that I'd want to. Have you tried it, Bob?
You know, I got one of these when I was about 12 years old.
Really?
And I had it for about 1 day, and I gave it to somebody else because it was just like impossible.
Twin City Unicycle Club.
There are 20 members of this club, and they're performing on their unicycles for us today.
Oldest unicycle club in Minnesota.
How do they do that?
You know, it says people of all ages and abilities can do this.
Right.
But you know, I have my
Bob,
doubts.
it also says, Bob, membership is open to anyone.
Yeah, well, I think I turned mine in for a slinky, I think is what I went to. That's kind of tough.
Oh, the legendary dance hall queen, Klondike Kate.
There she is, belting it out. I bet she can.
Celeste Gagliardi. Of course, she performs at the Klondike Kate casinos in the old-time tradition of the Gold Rush saloons.
They used to have a bar right across the way, the St. Paul Hotel, called the Klondike Kate's Bar, and they had real Klondike Kates at that time.
That was back in the 40s, a little before our time. Proceeds of this always go to the St. Paul JCs.
To support their many community programs.
They also, I don't know if a lot of people realize this. Hello, Kate. They also deliver... They deliver Meals on Wheels to seniors during the month, and they go dressed in their costumes. And that's one of the Klondike Kates Association, one of their favorite charities.
She'll be singing tonight.
Yeah, this year's casino is located at the Holiday Inn Town Square if you want to visit the casino.
This became an official part of the Winter Carnival back in 1972, and it's been a real fun part of it ever since.
Members of the Klondike Kate Show are on this this float here.
They're singing Roll Out the Barrel as the Beer Barrel Polka.
Look at them.
You may get to polka yet today.
You can teach me, okay?
Just kind of jump up and down and move a little bit to the left and right. And
I can do that. I can keep the beat, that's for sure.
It's a pretty simple rhythm.
See, everybody's getting into it.
Sure. Hi, guys.
You're going to take a look here at the Columbia Heights dance line.
The Highland Lassies. Of course, they're part of the Gaviday unit here.
Of course, our newest shopping mall in downtown Minneapolis.
Just saw in the mail the other day they're going to open that new restaurant down there pretty soon.
That's right.
Called Azure.
So French food, is that?
I'm not sure. Opened by the people who own the Amica Cucina.
You know, these dance lines, if you've ever been to the high school dance line competition, incredible what some of those young ladies put together and the time they put into just doing it.
And that dance line took first place at the U of M.
Here we have the Queen of Snows Award, and I tell you, these we saw this in the Aquatennial Parade near our float, and these are just spectacular, these loons.
Of course, you know, the name of the shopping center, Gavaday Common, means the common loon, which is our state bird, so it's very appropriate that we're seeing this here.
We got to look inside these. They have little...
What's in there?
Well...
little loons?
Yeah, a lot of little loons. That's where little loons come from, Bob. But in the summer, I guess it's real hot. It'd be comfortable in there now, but that's where the drivers sit, and they have spotters that tell them, you know, whether they're going straight and when to make a turn.
Well, there's nothing like sitting on a lake in Minnesota in the middle of the summer and hearing that lonesome call of a loon.
Oh, I know. Spectacular float. I believe that's part of the design by, what's the gentleman's name that we featured on the news last night?
Oh, Gordy?
Yeah, I think his outfit put this together and designed it. Yeah, famous floats. Gordy owns that. He's turning 75 on Monday.
That's right.
On Monday he is.
He's been at this for many years, too.
I bet he's watching. So happy birthday, Gordy. This is an award winner as well.
The Theme Award.
And that makes sense because you see a lot of the Snoopy characters there.
This is the New Brighton Stockyard Days float. And of course, the theme of the float is also the same as our Winter Carnival, which is Celebrate.
Snoopy gets to sit back there with the royalty. Snoopy knows a good thing when he sees it.
A lot of our fellow staffers play in that festival every year out there, play softball, and they have a lot of fireworks and a big dance out there that all the folks in New Brighton enjoy every year.
That's right, it's in June. Named after the original site of the town, built in 1887. That's a long time ago.
Captain Ken.
Captain Ken's Food.
Served 25 years in the fire department, and then he started his own company. I guess he cooked for all the guys and got so good at it.
He makes great beans, I'll tell you that.
Firehouse Baked Beans, Captain Ken.
Let's take a look at some of the Queen candidates that we haven't seen so far today.
Good afternoon. My name is Jill Mueller, and my sponsor is the Egan Town Center Merchants Association.
Hello, my name is Tana Hughesby, and my sponsor is the Paint Arcade Business Association.
Good afternoon. My name is Pamela Stelter, and I'm sponsored by the White Bear Avenue Business Association.
Good afternoon. My name is Cindy Hanel, and I'm sponsored by South St. Paul Composure Days.
There we have the St. Paul Clown Club.
Some more of those crazy clowns.
You know, looking at all the Queen candidates, in 1916, they had 108 queens. One of them, King Boreas, couldn't make his mind up. One of them was 9 months old, still lives in the Twin Cities. Her name is Natalie Ayers. So we want to say hello to Natalie because she was one of the 108 queens in 1916. The only time we ever had that many queens.
My goodness.
St. Paul Yacht Club, City of St. Paul. This is always a fun float. River boats, of course, played a big role in the early days of St. Paul.
Kind of strange to see a big river boat coming down the street, though, you know?
Oh, that's true. They had to change it a little, I guess, to adapt it to street use.
Can make us think about summertime.
Summertime when the Delta Queen comes up the river every now and then and visits the port of St. Paul.
Of course, this float was built to commemorate and celebrate the historical significance of river boats that are such a part of St. Paul.
They're having a good time. Up there is Commodore Robert Jones and his wife, Marge.
Rolling on the river with Creedence Clearwater.
This took an award in 1989, the West Wind Award, a year ago.
See, they're enjoying themselves there today.
Out on the river, and they're being trailed by another loon.
One of the baby loons got separated from its mom.
They're not supposed to do that till they get old enough.
Junior royalty.
Yeah, these kids were just crowned in a ceremony Wednesday night. And
King Frost, Queen of the Snowflakes.
King Frost is Bill Baumgardner, and Queen of the Snowflakes, Shalonda Cager. And they're surrounded by their court there.
Hi, guys. They're having fun as well.
The junior royalty is sponsored by the St. Paul Parks and Recreation Department.
includes the Four Winds, the Court of Four Winds, the Prime Minister, and the Lady in Waiting. These guys are here from North Dakota. West Fargo High School Band.
60 members in the band, 10 members in the Flag Corps.
Up on the Red River.
Smartly outfitted, wouldn't you say?
They look great.
So we listen to them. They're going to play right in front of us.
West Fargo up on the Red River, the only river in the United States, I believe, that flows north. I know it flows north up to Winnipeg, but I think it's the only one that flows to the north. Great communities up there.
Did you learn that in school, Bob?
Actually, I learned it when I moved here because they always have problems with flooding there. West Fargo, I'm sure, knows all about that.
Here we have the Nightmare Saddle Club. What a name for an outfit.
Sounds kind of scary, but there is a good reason for that.
There is a good reason for it, isn't there?
Yes, they earned their name by having their annual haunted house done for the local parish school. And for the past 4 years, the club has raised over $4,000.
So way to go, guys. Nightmare Saddle Club.
Think any of those horses have ever raced at Canterbury?
Yeah, I bet on one. That was my problem last time I was there. How do they do that?
That's the kind of horse I should ride, you know?
It's safer.
Much safer, yes.
Well, you and I went horseback riding not too long ago. We both could barely walk the next day.
I tell you, I hadn't been horseback riding in so long, I was a little nervous. They can be a little intimidating.
Oh, now they're showing the secret. No fair.
Oh.
You mean they're not real horses?
They're not real horses.
Angela,
I thought they were ponies.
Hate to disillusion you. They have a good time, don't they?
Here's a lovely young lady. With the carriage on the side, it says, we love horsing around.
And they do. She's got the best job, though. See, she just gets to sit there, and they're pulling her.
Oh.
Pulling her along.
Yes, you're Unit 36.
She wanted to make sure they got credit, I guess.
She wanted to point that out to us, so we would be sure to mention them. Yes, folks, you got a lot of mention.
The next float's going to warm us up a bit.
Yes.
For a while there, we thought we should be celebrating this festival instead of the Winter Carnival, but today changed that.
Yeah. Great skipper wheel in the background.
The Aquatennial Royal Party there.
All the royalty from the summer with the Queen of Lakes, Jennifer Munson. This doesn't date back as far back as the Winter Carnival. This started back in 1939. So we've got some years to go to catch up.
A lot of visiting royalty coming to the Winter Carnival Parade. And, of course, the royalty from the Winter Carnival also goes to a lot of other festivals. The Memphis Rivers Fest, they told me they went to, or the Festival de Voyageur up in Winnipeg, and many others. They travel some 350 appearances, I believe, last year King Boreas made. And they have to put the bill for the cost of those appearances.
They definitely stay very busy.
Let's take a look at some more Queen contestants.
Hi, my name is Emily Olson, and I'm sponsored by the West End Business Association.
Hello, my name's Lisa Volkman, and sponsored by Santhene Village Fest.
Hello, my name is Terry Miller, and my sponsor is Gopher Sign Company.
Hi, my name is Teresa Brennan. I'm sponsored by the Rice Street Festival.
Hi, Channel 5.
Hi, ladies.
Well, there's two very beautiful women who are here at the parade. My lovely wife, Lori, and my daughter, Shelley. I think that's my daughter, Shelley. I'm not sure.
That was nice of them to come out and watch the parade and see you, too.
She will not be happy that we showed her. And then
We are back live, of course.
We won't tell her. She'll never know.
There's King Winter.
Bob, you're going to be master of ceremonies at an event in connection with this.
Well, the Midway Boreas Balls, which is put on by the West Winds, is coming up on the 31st. And we'd like everybody to be down there. The Spruce Tree Center, University in Snelling. It's an old-fashioned ball. Black tie is optional, but just about anything goes. Total cost $29.50, includes parking in the ramp and everything. And the Winter Carnival royalty will be there. If you want to make reservations, call
It's amazing how he reels that just off the top of his head.
I'm
Bad
amazed
at
I
all,
found
Bob.
that piece of paper.
Taking a look at the senior royalty, wearing their royal robes.
Yeah, the senior royalty visits a lot of schools, and they told me the other day that the children actually believe that they are the real king and queen. I mean, they believe they're meeting royalty from a foreign country or something, so they really get a big kick out of it, the youngsters.
You know, it feels like King Boreas is taking a stronger hold down here as the afternoon wears on, doesn't it?
Boy, if we could just maybe turn the library around just for a moment and get some sunshine, it'd be great.
That's no problem. Can we get our floor director to do that? Turn the library around?
He can do a lot of magic, but I don't think he can do
You don't
that.
think he can do that, huh?
Can you do that, Stefan? No. More bands.
This is the Brady Fighting Broncos Band.
Say that 10 times. Brady Fighting Broncos Band.
50 members, 16 color guard personnel in addition to an American flag contingency.
They won 2 previous Winter Carnival competitions, sponsored by the West St. Paul VFW Local 4462 post. We listen to them? They always plan on playing right as they pass by us. Maybe that's to get on TV. It worked. Great band. You know who these guys are, don't you?
Well, this is really an historic first.
It really
because
is.
This is the first time that the Soviet Union has sent ice carvers to a Western country, and of course we were fortunate enough to have them here as part of our Winter Carnival Festival. There are 7 Soviet ice carvers from Siberia, and boy, did they get a surprise when they first arrived. They thought it was going to be winter here. And
Yep, we saw them in shorts for a while.
that's right.
didn't
We had pictures
Yeah.
on the news of them in shorts. I think they were delighting in the weather.
I think even today feels like probably summer when you live in Siberia. They have one interpreter with them as well, who interestingly enough sends back stories to local newspapers all over the Soviet Union on what he's seen here.
I wish I could have found that interpreter the other day. I had one of the ice carvers on Twin Cities Live, and I was interviewing him, and suddenly he only knew a couple of sentences of English, so it wasn't a very long interview.
Yeah, I bet.
By the way, the ice carvings, if you want to take a look at their handiwork, you can see them at the State Capitol Mall. And they depict characters from Russian fairy tales.
These are real highly acclaimed Soviet artists, from what I am told as well.
Nice to have them here. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
And remember, Coca-Cola and bowling go well together. Enjoy both at a neighborhood Gold Pin Bowling Center.
I like winter, but I worry. I worry. Will my old car start this morning? Will my old car keep running in this cold? Will my old car get through this snow? I was going to wait until spring to get a new car, but I'm tired of worrying. I want to get a car that I can count on right now.
Right now, your Twin Cities area new car dealers have cars you can count on and hot deals that will really warm you. So don't worry and don't wait. Now is a great time to get a new car.
Do you know what we are looking at? Go ahead.
I know.
You know? Bob?
I think some really wild and crazy people. I think that's what we're looking at, yes.
Top Hat Tummies is what they call themselves, the West St. Paul Commercial Club. Those are bare tummies.
Well, you'd think it'd be too cold for that, but not for these guys.
They're described as 8 of the best-dressed men in Minnesota who love to have fun and bring joy to old and young.
This crowd is really getting a kick out of them.
They are funny.
The Top Hat Tummies.
I bet there'll be cold, frostbitten tummies after this. Boy. Those are former King Boreas.
You know, they make over 400 appearances throughout their year-long reign. And I was talking to one of the former kings a couple weekends ago, and he told me that, you know, they go to schools and they go to nursing homes, and some of his greatest memories are those when members in a nursing home will tell him, boy, I'm so glad you came. People forget me, and every year we look forward to seeing the King and Queen from the Winter Carnival. So they really do a lot of good work and brighten the lives of a lot of people.
People don't realize how busy they really are.
Angela, you recognize that face on the Royal Guard truck with the glasses we had in there just for a moment? Jim Biaggi.
Oh, that's right.
From KSTP TV, a former member of the Royal Guard, which protects
King photographers.
Colleague of ours.
And what do these guys do?
They protect the king from Volcanus Rex and the mighty Vulcan crew.
They're doing a pretty good job, aren't they?
Jim,
There's Jim. He's the guy with the mustache and the sunglasses, I think.
They also have to make those appearances, so it's some classic battles between the Vulcan crew and the Royal Guard.
This vehicle was made to serve in the Korean War. You don't see much of them anymore. They called them 6x6s, sort of like our 4x4s today.
Yeah, they're calling themselves the Volkbusters, like Ghostbusters, because...
I get it. Well, you don't see any Vulcans around, do you? The Royal Guard Drum and Bugle Corps we were looking at briefly there. They were performing to the music from The Wizard of Oz. This is Wynn's Royalty, I think, coming up, isn't it?
Well, you can hear the West Winds, that's to be sure. That's what all those guns are. Zephyrus and his West Wind buddies are cranking off their... The North Wind, of course, is when you hear the horns. Those are the North Winds.
Take a look at the Carnival King and Queen.
They were just coronated late last night as we were on the air. King Boreas.
52-year-old Louis Collette.
From Roseville. He's been active with the Carnival for 20 years. He's vice president of St. Paul Chamber. Vice president at Unisys is what he does in real life. Who's the Queen of the Snows?
The Queen of the Snows is Jill Allison Mueller of Egan. She's a student at Bethel College, and she's studying psychology and physical education.
Good for her. Congratulations. They both just became royalty last night.
Whoa,
whoa. You're right, Bob. It's the West Wind.
The West Winds, South, East, and North. Titan of the North, Zephyrus of the West, Notos of the South, and Euros of the East. The four brothers along with Boreas.
And the West Wind Princess is Michelle Dill. She lives in Sunfish Lake and is a graduate of Notre Dame. Hello, Michelle.
Now we should go Olay for these next guys.
Olay.
The South Wind.
The Princess of the South Wind is Cynthia Honnell, who's a student at the University of Wisconsin in River Falls.
Yeah.
It's a colorful float.
Now, the thing about but those guys, they are turncoats, because at the end of the carnival, they start supporting the great Volcanus Rex. They turncoat and go south for the warmer weather, so for a while they're with the king, and then they turn into traders.
So they want the best of everything.
Yes, they want the best of everything.
They get it, don't they?
Then the east winds are now slowly coming towards us.
The Princess of the East Wind is Laura Kynes, a graduate of the University of Wisconsin at Madison.
She's from Oakdale. We don't see them quite yet. There we go.
And their noisemaker, they have this strange whistle that makes this strange sound that they blow on. So each of the winds has their own distinctive sound, and if you get them all together at the coronation, they raise quite a ruckus, let me tell you.
I didn't know Stroh's breweries looked like that, building on the float. Ah, some coffee here to warm us up. Aren't those magnificent horses?
Really are. Incredible draft horses that they have that you see at the State Fair every year.
All right, on that note, we're going to take another commercial break, and we'll be right back with live coverage of the 104th Grand Day Parade.
Sitting down on the job again, huh?
I'm test sitting the new 1990 Sonata from Hyundai. Get a load of all this room. Make a great family room.
Whatever happened to test driving?
Did that too. Sonata's 2.4-liter engines are real kick. Now, you play Answer Man. What would you guess this much car goes for?
Oh, I guess 12 to 14,000 easy. Ha! But I know it's under 10.3. I own one.
He's smarter than he looks.
Limited time factory-to-dealer incentives could save you hundreds on 90 Sonatas. See your dealer for details.
We've learned more in the past 10 years than in the last 100. One physician simply can't know it all. So we've expanded on an idea of the Mayo brothers. The idea is that with physicians working together as a team, that one physician does have the resources to know more than ever before. 300 physicians make one heck of a second opinion.
Welcome back to live coverage of the Grand Day Parade.
Another one of our marching bands in the parade this year, Baldwin Woodville Marching Band.
67 strong this year.
The Marching Blackhawks, they're called.
This is their 18th consecutive appearance in the St. Paul Winter Carnival Grand Day Parade.
These students, they work so hard. All of the students in the marching bands, spending so much time practicing and getting ready for these appearances, and it's great to hear them when they're in the parades.
Wouldn't you love to have some mini donuts right now?
Minnesota State Fair float.
You just plunk a couple of those mini donuts into that coffee and you'd be in fine shape.
I always go for the mini donuts or the chocolate chip cookies. It's a toss-up.
Princess K of the Milky Way, Katie Scott. Wonder if she still has the butter carving of herself.
I don't know, but if you want to get past the long line at the milkshake counter, she's the woman to talk to.
She can get you through quick, huh? The Gophers with their top hats and tuxedo jackets.
Great Minnesota get-together.
Boy, there's a real nice-looking old Ford right there. It's a beautiful truck.
Nicely redone, isn't it?
The Queen's Court Dance Studio.
Yep, right behind that antique vehicle. 34 little girls.
Bet they're warm.
They're staying warm, aren't they? The studio, Angela mentioned, is owned and operated by former Miss Minnesota, Mary Williams-Jasicki. Their theme is the Wild, Wild West.
The Princeton Area Chamber of Commerce sponsors the float you see here.
Isn't that pretty?
City of Flowers, that's their theme.
One of the great crossroads in Minnesota. If you've ever been up to Mille Lacs to the Walleye Factory, you usually go through Princeton, and home of the great K. Bob's Cafe. I don't know if you know that or not, but if you want to know what's going on in Princeton, go have a cup of coffee there, and you'll know what's happening in that town.
K. Bob's Cafe, huh?
Sounds like a great place. Each May, Princeton merchants and residents plant the city with flowers for their Rum River Festival held in June.
It's nice to see some flowers this time of year, isn't it?
Should mention that was Miss Princeton, Wendy Glavitz. Who are these characters from Valley Fair, I believe? We'll go back to the princess I just mentioned. She looks happy. There's our friends from Valley Fair.
Everybody waving today.
I think they had a contest to see who would ride in this.
It's a 12-foot antique bus with the original frame and solid rubber tires. from
How'd you know that?
1901.
Boy.
Oh, I'm just full of all these facts
You are,
and figures.
I'll tell you.
But I can tell you it's not as fast as Excalibur out there. It doesn't go 65 miles an hour down a hill.
I have yet to ride that.
It is a little fun. A little scary also.
This is the Little Miss Payne Arcade Float. Women's Division Award winner.
The float has a Toyland theme. And there are 5 little girls riding on it.
See, you know, nutcrackers on either side there?
Did you see the lady by the float?
Yeah.
One of the little girls had fallen asleep. She went out to wake her up.
No.
Are you serious?
Yes, she was asleep. She was about to fall over, and she just woke her up on the front corner there.
Well, that must mean that she's bundled up very snug and warm. And
wake up.
Oh, there she is, right there.
She is. Oh,
the
she's
princess
sweet.
is there. Look, she's, yeah, you're right. She's going to sleep again. I don't know which one that is. There's Amy Heldman, Nikki Anderson, Yvonne Detch, and Brooke Farragher there. She is one of them.
Well, you know, this is a grueling parade. It's tough to be in the limelight for that long.
Sure.
She had the wave down right, though. That parade wave, just barely moving the hand.
That figure 8,
yeah,
right?
Take a look at them. They've practiced that way.
It fades by the end of the parade route. American Linen Supply.
Art Eller there is driving.
He's wearing a 1923 delivery uniform. Their slogan is, "It pays to keep clean." Here's the Southwind Award.
This comes to us from the Webster Area Chamber of Commerce. And the theme is the Royal Treatment.
Boy, isn't that beautiful blue?
Look at the snowman. Webster's 1989 queen is Meredith Halseth.
That's who you see there in the center, and she's flanked by Jean Rydell and Cindy Springer.
Oh, I feel warm. Calypso music is coming our way.
This is the Girl Scout Council Drumettes. You can hear in the background there.
Does make you feel warm, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. A little Caribbean beat. The only thing they're missing are the Thin Mints. I wish they'd throw those out as they went down the...
Oh, boy. Once I start on those, I never stop.
They're playing steel drums here. Girl Scout Council of St. Croix Valley. These girls range in age from 5 to 17. They're directed by Claire Brown.
And, of course, you're looking at members of various labor organizations and United Way representatives. They're joining forces as partners on parade, and they're walking the parade route today.
Of course, they have their... Can you see this hat here? I can't get that.
Bob, how can you see the
we
parade
can't even
looking
see
like
you
that?
At all.
Can you see that? I'm trying to get the letters on there. There we go. United Way and Labor.
Labor and the United Way have had a partnership, an official one, for over 50 years. Here in St. Paul, the Trades and Labor Assembly have been part of that partnership for over 25 years. Basically, what it means is that organized labor works hard to raise money for the United Way. They do a good job.
Looks like they're having fun. Everybody out marching today.
Sure.
A couple of different union organizations, United Auto Workers that we see there, St. Paul Federation of Teachers also walking in that group, and the Carpenters Local.
Carpenters Local 87.
You know, we should say thank you to the Carpenters at KSTP who built this set for us.
Sure
to
should.
Shelter us from the wind here. They did a great job.
I plan on taking this up north, using it as a cabin this summer.
I was going to take it out on a lake this afternoon. What do you think?
Boy, this would be a heck of an ice house, wouldn't it?
Need a little roof.
Yeah, about a 6 to 8 holer, I think we could get out there.
There we are. Hi, everybody. Isn't this a nice set? Look at that. Came out here in the snow and the cold today to build this. This is what we're talking about. Thanks, guys. You did a good job. There
The
are the
people you
we
can
see every day,
Oh,
right?
and you always can depend on, right? No matter what the weather.
Sure.
Delivering the mail.
Part of this organized labor outfit. Yeah, this is no big deal to them, right? Walking down the parade route or in the cold or anything else.
And I don't see any dogs anywhere, so they're in good shape.
They're safe. With this crowd, believe me.
You see the guy on,
Oh, yeah.
those aren't stilts. Well, I guess you could call them stilts, but they use those for a function. They use them to paint and tape, and that way they don't have to use a ladder to get up there and do that.
I think some of those guys are so agile in those, they can play basketball on them. It's incredible how they can move around.
Well, he does it every day, you know, so he's walking down the street as if it's nothing.
Must be a real come down when he gets off those.
That looks like the best seat in the parade, just being pulled along in a little wagon there. Oh, look at these two little ones. Hi there.
You don't know it, but you're on TV. Aren't they cute?
Mom and Dad have taken good care of them.
Sure.
Bundled them all up with blankets all around.
They're looking at the dogs behind them.
Wondering if those dogs are safe or not, you know.
You know, believe it or not, this is supposed to be the Newfoundland Dog Club.
I can guarantee you that first one is not a Newfoundland.
No, that looks like what, a Russian wolfhound or a
Borzoi, right?
I don't know what it is. It's not a Newfoundland, that's for sure. Boy, they're big dogs. They can pull a lot of weight. Look at that.
Those Newfoundlands, you're right, they can pull a lot of weight because they originated in Newfoundland and they do a lot of water rescue work. And there are countless stories about these brave dogs that have rescued men and women from deep water and carried lifelines to victims of shipwrecks.
We're dog lovers, and they have tremendous faces, don't they? They just have this mellow look. And they're big. They weigh what? Maybe 100 pounds?
They get to be pretty big dogs.
Who is making all this noise?
Look like more representatives of some of the winds. I see a West Wind there, a former West Wind princess, I see.
Did the wind float lose its place with the others?
You know, they do such a good job keeping these parades organized, but like with over 100 entries, you're bound to get a few that aren't numerically where they're supposed to be.
Well, this must be the Chippewa Falls marching band.
I think it's is it Taylor's Falls High School
Taylor's
marching
Falls.
band?
Taylor's Falls?
Yeah. Let's take a listen now.
Someday, Angela, have you ever been up to the Interstate Park in Taylor's Falls? They have the world's largest potholes. When the glaciers melted, they formed these huge potholes, and I thought the world's largest potholes are on University Avenue in front of the station, but no, they're in Taylor's Falls. Incredible rock formations. You should get up there sometime.
The world's largest?
These world's largest, that's what they say.
Minnesota Trail Riders Association there, sponsored by the Minnesota Horse Council Trailblazers. These group of people that are not only involved in riding, but involved in trail development around the state of Minnesota.
Incredible horse population in this state. I'm always amazed at how many people are into horses.
Such beautiful animals, too.
Well, I've certainly spent a little money at that place. Quite a few quarters at Circus.
The circus is in town.
It's always in town.
Boy, if you have a youngster, that's a place that you'll hit sooner or later. You're talking about video games and everything else.
Riding this circus float is Bumper the Circus Clown.
Bumper, huh? More dogs. Bernese Mountain Dogs. Minnesota Boundary Waters. Burners is what they're called. Bernese Mountain Dogs. I wonder what they are. Did you see the llamas there? second ago?
The
Those are
llamas.
Brian Fisher's llamas. Can we go back to a shot of them, or are they past us? He's going to get it in a sec.
People are getting
always
into
fun to see
llama
the-
farming in this state, believe it or not.
We can't get back to them. Yeah, but you know, those animals are expensive as can be. I guess it's a very profitable thing to do. And the float from North Hudson, a West Wind Award winner.
This is the Pepper Festival float.
They have their Pepper Fest date in August 10th, 11th, and 12th. King Dave Holt and Queen Jessica Bender.
Oh, you can hear the Richfield High School Marching Spartan Band.
Let's take a listen to them for a second.
And as the Richfield Marching Band goes off, the Hopkins Raspberry Festival float goes by with some of their royalty, one of the great festivals, and one of the great tent dances you'll ever go to in your life out there in Hopkins.
Pretty float.
Gee, that is a pretty float.
They have a very large softball tournament that's involved along with that festival, and the Raspberry Run, which is I think a 10K.
The queen is Kristen Joseph.
Hard to hold on to a balloon today.
It's a little windy out here.
I believe this is the St. Thomas Color Guard. Like the Winter Carnival, the St. Thomas Academy is in its 104th year of service to the community.
An incredible school, and word has it they've got a great basketball team this year.
Well, watch out, right?
Here is the President's Award.
Spring Lake Park Tower Days float. Their theme is the red, white, and blue water towers.
See a
but
lot of
also-
Snoopies in
That's
this
right.
parade this year, don't you?
Right along with the Winter Carnival theme.
You know, for the past 8 years, Tower Days has received first or second place awards from either the Aquatennial or the Winter Carnival.
And once again, they've done it.
The Windy Ridge Riders. Say that 10 times, Bob.
Wendy, no thank you. No thank you.
This is their 7th year of their equestrian salute to King Boreas and his court.
And they're from Woodbury, Minnesota.
And of course, right behind the Windy Ridge Riders, we have a tenant sweeper. You can always tell when there's a horse unit.
So appropriately placed, right? We're going to take a break, and we'll be back in a minute. Stay tuned.
The Winter Carnival Grand Day Parade is brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers. We sell cars that make sense. By United Ski Industries Association. You've got to ski it to believe it. By Park Nicollet, the other great clinic in Minnesota. And by your Twin Cities area Greater Metro Auto Dealers. Now is the best time ever to buy a new car.
I like winter, but I worry. I worry. Will my old car start this morning? Will my old car keep running in this cold? Will my old car get through this snow? I was going to wait until spring to get a new car, but I'm tired of worrying. I want to get a car that I can count on right now.
Right now, your Twin Cities area new car dealers have cars you can count on and hot deals that will really warm you. So don't worry and don't wait. Now is a great time to get a new car.
Winter clothing for Channel 5's broadcast team provided by Hoygards.
We can't thank them enough for these warm coats we're wearing today.
Where will we be without it today? That's for sure.
We are live in downtown St. Paul, the 104th Grand Day Parade.
Senator Rudy Boschwitz, as is his tradition, he's out walking the parade route. Don't see him yet, though.
Well, it's hard to spot him. He's got a red and white, one of those United Way labor hats on. Tall gentleman there walking down. Maybe we'll get a shot. There he is in the middle there, waving his hand with the red and white hat on.
Hi, Rudy.
Yeah, he's getting his exercise today.
There he is. He's got pictures behind. If you can't recognize him with the hat on, then you can look at the picture and say, that's Rudy Boschwitz.
That's really him. And he's been traveling a lot lately. Just got back from East Germany, tracing his family's roots.
So we went along with him. It was interesting to see. He, of course, is up for re-election.
The women's division of the St. Paul Winter Carnival Association, they have a couple of ladies there. The president, Marlene Swan, and vice president, Barbara Pokrabeck. Riding along in the convertible you see there. The Women's Division organization, they have over 300 volunteers. It was founded in 1960 to help out in the Winter Carnival, get all the women's activities going and organized.
Here are the Hylex Marching Gnomes. You believe each of these are supposed to be a drop of Hylex liquid bleach. They have marched in the Winter Carnival Parade for 45 years now.
I think that was wishful thinking, beach.
Yeah, right.
Slip of the tongue, huh?
Yeah. All right, Fridley, the Fridley 49er days. Named after Major Abram Fridley, believe it or not. He was the man in charge when that was still a territory, when it was still part of the territory.
Fridley 49er days.
Got its stagecoach theme there.
1849 and 1940. Let me see. Minnesota was designated a territory in 1849, and Fridley became a city in 1949. That's why they call it the 49er float. It was a Queen Leslie Lorbeski and all her princesses.
They still have the, if you get a chance, North Suburban Center for the Arts. It was the Banfield Lockhouse, the only remaining building, really, from the late 1800s. They used to, when they left town there, they had a downturn in the economy. They would burn all the buildings down for some reason. The Historical Society tells me, and that's the one remaining building.
Gee.
These little gals putting on a show. It's the Pat's Ranchettes Dance Line. They're junior marchers between the ages of 6 and 12.
Miss Columbia Heights.
The city of Columbia Heights well represented with their float that takes the East Wind Award this year.
Colors there are red, white, blue, and green. And a snowman on their float. Royalty is sitting on a snowy bank.
So many of these floats have snowmen or, snow scenes. I think they thought they really needed that because, well, they didn't think any would be on the ground this year.
Miss Columbia Heights, Tracy Erickson. Hi, Tracy. Her princesses Jill Lukowski, Tina Fisher, and Christy Carlson. It's tough weather on Queens, isn't it? I mean, your hair blows and your makeup doesn't look quite as good by the end of the parade. Tough.
The Chisago Lakes Trojan Marching Band now coming down this avenue. Chisago. Up on Highway 8, you go through that area.
Members. Incidentally, they're planning to perform at the Freedom Festival in Philadelphia.
That'll be a thrill.
Well, we're glad they're with us today.
They represent us well, don't they?
Oh, the place to be certainly in the fall if you ever want to go and see beautiful fall colors and get some fantastic apples. La Crescent.
They have their big apple festival.
There they are. King Apple. It's riding on the float. We have the
And this is the Cottage Grove Pageant Committee float. And the float depicts their local festival, which is to celebrate strawberries. It's held every June.
You know, they always call this, it's the St. Paul Winter Carnival Parade, but it really is a state parade because all the different communities and their festivals really make this parade. Without them, there wouldn't be a parade. And it really shows that each and every weekend, if you want something to do, you'll find a festival somewhere across the state.
all over.
Clowns are getting the crowd into the act here along the parade route.
My little one. He says,
She says,
"Oh,
no, I'm not going.
I'm staying here."
You first, you first. Boy, now how does he do that?
This is the Winona Clown Club. You can't do that? I do that when I make a sandwich.
You can buy that sandwich at the state fair, I think. A balanced diet.
Here we go with the Titan Award.
It goes to the Robbinsdale Whiz Bang Days float.
That's a pretty one.
Oh my goodness! I've just been kissed by one of the crazy clowns.
One of the crazy clowns came up and just gave Angela a kiss. You didn't protect her very good there, Bob.
Yeah, Bob, where were you?
He snuck up. I thought I didn't know if it was a Vulcan or not. He was right by me.
Robbinsdale Whiz Bang
You have
Days.
now a little clown makeup on your cheek there.
Do I have a big red splotch?
What a surprise. The clown named Soda Pop got you. Watch out for Soda Pop next time.
Whiz Bang Days. My mother's blooming.
They have a good time.
I wish that my daughter's 3 years old, and for some reason, clowns scare her.
Really?
Maybe in another year, I think, but maybe it's kind of like Santa Claus, you know, that between 3 and 4, it's that delicate age.
This is the Minnesota Unicycle Club. These guys are good. Look at that. They placed first in the nation in group freestyle riding at the 1989 National Unicycle Meet. I didn't know they had National Unicycle Meets. I guess they do.
That's tough to do.
Sure it is. They're up pretty high, aren't they?
You know, and they're on a cobblestone street.
Sure.
And there's
It's wet.
snow and
You know, when they're doing these stunts, they're depending on everybody to stay up there. They really have teamwork here.
You notice from that one camera angle, their son, the Vulcans. Ah, they're all having a good time. Eating their Cracker Jacks.
These guys even need their sunglasses today. Some parts of the route.
Mankato area, been to the River Festival.
The queen is Lois Dahl.
Quarter horse gelding was pulling that. You didn't know I knew so much about horses, did you?
This is the Prescott Senior High School Band. 62 members in this band. They performed at many Vikings halftimes.
They're good, aren't they?
I'm impressed with all of the bands today.
You're right. This really is their reward for all the work they put in throughout the year, too.
Listen for a minute.
They were in a national competition down in Florida. I suspect it maybe was a little warmer.
Although, you remember that
That's true.
cold spell we had.
You're right. Never know. Well, as we watch them and listen to them, we're going to go to a commercial break and be back with more live coverage of the 104th Grand Day Parade in downtown St. Paul.
Safari by Skidoo. More fun than your wildest dreams. Join the Safari adventure and get the Safari Safeguard Guarantee. Get the details at your nearest participating Skidoo dealer.
Park Nicollet Medical Center is a large group practice, much like the Mayo Clinic. The advantage of a group practice is that it allows us to treat the whole patient and not just a part. For example, I often see patients who have breast cancer. After our other specialists at Park Nicollet have treated her tumor, plastic surgery can help a patient feel good about herself again.
And welcome back. I'm glad you're with us for the Grand Day Parade this year.
That was the Minnesota Zoo unit you see leaving there. And Kool-Aid was sponsoring educational playland at the St. Paul Winter Carnival, and we saw the Kool-Aid man from behind.
Just what you'd want right now, a nice ice-cold glass of Kool-Aid. Visiting royalty?
And up next, we're going to see the Knights of Columbus. Council number 397, right here in St. Paul. It's a nice float.
Their theme is patriotism, love, and loyal support of one's country.
I noticed across the way in the bleachers here on the avenue that a few people have gone inside to warm up just a little bit. So those of you at home who are nice and cozy in your homes in front of the television sets, you've got a great seat at the moment.
Yeah, you really do. You're right. People have got in to warm up a little.
Oh, look at the boy. Those
These Clydesdales.
Unbelievable.
WLTE radio. What spectacular horses those are. The size
Look
of the
at
feet.
that picture. Isn't that something? They are just so incredible.
All your favorite personalities from WLTE radio. How'd you like to be riding on one of those right now, Angela? Well, now here's a theme, swinging into summer. You like that?
That's the City of Golden Valley's float. And they also have their community festival, which opens the first weekend of summer.
You're right, Bob. There are a lot of local festivals that go on all summer around here.
That would be a fun float to be on.
It would. They're having a good time. There they are. KDWB. Hi, Steve. How are you?
KDWB Radio.
Steve Cochran, their morning disc jockey.
Now that's the kind of radio I need to wake me up in the morning, you know?
Yeah,
Something that big to really blast the sound.
Big boom box there. I'd like to have that in your house for a party. Steve, of course, performs at local comedy clubs as well.
This is from Ashland, Wisconsin, comes the Ashland Chamber Float.
Got a lot of the neighbors over here today, don't we?
Yes, well represented.
They have a lighthouse theme to this float. You can see it there with the beacon at the top. Depicts one of the 7 lighthouses located in the Apostle Island County area.
Miss Ashland was there, Tina Smith.
The West End Business and Professional Association brings us this entry here.
Princess Renee Cahoot.
The Belgian draft horses pulling the wagon here.
They're from Woodville, Wisconsin.
Booyah. Is that, oh, that's a great stuff they make. Have you ever had any of that booyah they make? It's a wild kind of concoction of stew and soup or whatever. It's
I don't think I've had that.
Really unique. Really unique.
How do you spell it?
I think that's the way it's spelled, B-O-O-Y-A.
Okay. What do we have here? The Vulcan Award.
This is the Payne Arcade Business Association float.
Shine on Harvest Moon.
Oh, we can all sing the chorus of that. That's a pretty float. Really nice.
Harvest Festival dates, September 13th through the 15th.
All the fall colors there.
Tara Hughesby is the queen. Her royalty, her princesses, Kelly Clarity and Bobby Niles.
Then you see the Hardware Hank inflatables. They're just sort of floating along here along the parade route today.
They have real people there. And
wonder if the air inside that's heated, maybe.
9.5 feet high.
You're dancing around, having a good time.
I didn't realize there are 500 Hardware Hank stores in the upper Midwest.
Minnesota Wild Rice Queen.
That'd be fun to explain to somebody. What's your title? I'm the Wild Rice Queen.
And she's Ginger Olson.
Sure she is.
Of course, she's sitting in a canoe, which is what they use to harvest the wild rice, which is oh so delicious.
I can't get enough of that wild rice soup. I love it.
Best wild rice from anywhere. That's the old way they used to harvest wild rice.
Another giant boom box.
WLOL. Well, that is a big boom box.
I see the Timberwolves mascot. Crunch is up there. Oh!
John Drew and Denny Schaefer, their personalities.
Talked to Denny Schaefer last weekend at the telethon, and he was nice enough to volunteer his time to help us out.
There's the Wolf. Boy, he has a good time at those Timberwolves games, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah. Great time.
Runs up to, have you seen it when they pass him up through the crowd? And that's dangerous.
All in a day's work of a mascot.
The Powder Puff Clown Club. How about that? It's a nonprofit organization. They make most of their money by parading, and they give it all away to the elderly and the disabled. Good for them.
They have a lot of trophies to show for their work, 48 of them to be exact.
They only have 50 members in the club. That's almost one trophy per person. World's largest snowman nose. Okay.
The Minnesota Department of Natural Resources. And boy, we have some magnificent natural resources in this state.
And so many people are concerned about our trees this year because of the lack of moisture. So we hope we do get some more snowstorms to ensure that they will come up again in the spring as beautiful as ever.
Their theme, and it's certainly worth thinking about, is the forest belongs to everyone.
Well, we're very fortunate to have as many forests as we have here in this state. You go to outside the Twin Cities, get up in northern Minnesota, and boy, there's a lot of wild land still up there, and it's awful beautiful.
I was up in the Boundary Waters this past summer, and boy, I mean, this really is one of the most spectacular states in the nation for that.
Didn't see any bear, did you?
Nope. Actually, a bear broke into the food storage supply of the place we were staying, and I think they left the beef and they were going after the ham. That's what the guy said.
The Farmhouse Fraternity brings us this float, built by full-time students at the University of Minnesota. The theme, Take a Ride for Pride.
I don't know if you heard in the background, there was a calliope just a second ago. It was a circus calliope designed by a St. Paul native, Angelo Rulli. That's quite a float, isn't it?
It was really spectacular.
They're trying to get the roller coaster working for us. I just caught. There it goes.
These are full-time students at the U of M. It's a farmhouse fraternity is a brotherhood of young men who are interested in modern agriculture. So those are our future farmers.
And the enrollment is up for the first time in quite a while.
More and more
young people are getting into agriculture.
The milk buds
Hey, now wait a minute. He turned around. No. Yeah, that's it. Come back this way.
There we go.
There. You know, that's pretty amazing with, what was he have, 2, 4, 6, 8 horse, 8 ponies to make a turn in this street.
What's the little one on the outside there? You see him there? I mean, is he like lost or what? He's
Oh, look at that. He's with Mom, I'll bet you.
In training.
He jumps in when one of the other ones gets tired, maybe.
The milk buds.
They're from the Schottler Family Dairy near Somerset, Wisconsin.
The lead ponies were, Trigger and Bart, and they guide the team through their maneuvers. So Trigger and Bart were the ones who got them to turn around, I guess. These guys have traveled all over with this, too.
Some of our friends at Channel 9. Heather Harden there.
They're going around in circles as well.
They're putting their horses through their maneuvers.
Maybe they were doing a figure 9 in the street.
Do you notice there are no wheels on that? That's just the sled sliding on the pavement. Look at that.
Yeah, you're right. There they are.
Hi, gang.
Perry Williams, their sportscaster, standing up in the middle of the wagon.
Do the primetime news at 9 o'clock at night. This is an old-fashioned box sleigh, and it's made way back in 1901. And you're right, Bob, no wheels.
The Satellite Riders are coming up next. 100+ active members of all ages.
But you can tell it's a little cold with some of the horses because they've got their long hair. They're nice and toasty warm.
All of these riders are dedicated to family fun on horseback, and they invite everyone to come and see their shows this summer.
You know, it's kind of interesting. You take a look across the street to Rice Park. There's still an awful lot of people that are milling around, watching the parade, and also taking a look at some of the ice carvings.
Yeah, you also notice where they're standing,
Yes,
Bob.
They moved
They're
to the sun. Sunrise.
You can't really tell here on TV, but there's a real demarcation line right where the stands are on the other side of the street where the parade's going by. See the sun line there? and you notice a lot more people standing in the sun than in the shade. They aren't dumb. There you can see the line real clearly. Good aerial shot looking down on the parade. These are the Credit River drivers.
Of course, this is just really the beginning of the Winter Carnival with just dozens upon dozens of activities, from ice races by cars to you name it. They even have a chess tournament connected with the Winter Carnival. What that is.
And you are master of ceremonies. We might mention it again for another event.
Oh, yeah, let me mention that over on the Midway, where KSTP is located, the Midway Boreas Ball, sponsored by the West Winds and the Midway Civic and Commerce Association. Wednesday, January 31st. Anybody can come to this. Total cost $29.50, includes parking, and you can call 646-2636 for reservations. All the royalty will be there, the Vulcans will be there, and it'll be a lot of fun. So I hope you come down and join me. That's next Wednesday night, 646-2636.
Sounds good to me. We are looking at a group called the Credit River Drivers. It's a driving club based in Prior Lake, and they have a bunch of different units in the parade, pulled by quarter horses. There's a few Arabians in there as well, and they're supposed to have a team of mules somewhere. That's coming up a little later. A lot of horses. Now, I wonder if behind all these horses, if they have another street sweeper coming down.
Yeah, yes, I do.
Yes, they do.
Right down there.
Smart money says yes.
Well, you really need to take a moment here as we come close to the end of the parade to thank all the volunteers that work on the Winter Carnival Parade. Well over 250 volunteers. We had a little party for them the other night over at the Schmidt Brewery, and they really do a heck of a job lining up the floats, and sometimes they get a little out of order, as we know.
Sometimes.
It was very organized this year.
They do a great job, and congratulations to all of them, because it takes a huge effort to get this Winter Carnival off the ground.
There is Mayor Jim Scheibel.
Yes, his first Winter Carnival parade as mayor.
I wonder if George Latimer is sitting at home watching on TV saying, boy, this is the first time in 13 years I haven't been there.
I know that the former mayor, I guess I should call him now, he was down on the street corner watching the parade just a moment ago with Warren Spanis.
Oh, was he?
Yep.
I didn't see him down there.
He was here today.
There he is, wrapping up the parade. We're going to go to a break, and we'll be back in a minute.
The Winter Carnival Grand Day Parade is brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers. We sell cars that make sense. By United Ski Industries Association. You've got to ski it to believe it. By Park Nicollet, the other great clinic in Minnesota. And by your Twin Cities area Greater Metro Auto Dealers. Now is the best time ever to buy a new car.
For
For a limited time, you can buy a brand new 1990 Excel at your Hyundai dealer for just $56.94 after rebate. And it still comes standard with fuel-injected power, variable intermittent wipers, electric rear defroster, steel-belted radials, 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty. In fact, over 70 standard features, all for just $56.94. No, not me. Make a beeline to your nearest Hyundai dealer for big cashback savings today.
Winter clothing for Channel 5's broadcast team provided by Hoygards.
Welcome back to the 104th Grand Day Parade of the St. Paul Winter Carnival. The parade has just ended. The mayor was, I guess, on the last float.
But as you can see, a lot of people are still out and about enjoying all the festivities around Rice Park. And we invite you to come down, too, if you want to have some fun. There's certainly a lot of things still to do for the Winter Carnival.
Well, a lot of people probably will go from here over to the state capitol to take a look at the Soviet ice carvings and the world's largest artificial snowman, although he has some real snow on top of him now, so they'll probably head over there.
He probably will look better today. You know, we've seen him on the news, and he looks a little dirty and pockmarked. And
should look much better today.
We just want to say that we are very proud to be able to bring you this live coverage of the Grand Day Parade for 1990, and we're very glad that you joined us.
We hope you had a good time.
Well,
we're 100 units, a couple
units
hours.
In this parade, and we're really happy at KSTP because it's a long-standing tradition. We're kind of re-establishing a tradition. We were the first station to ever televise the Winter Carnival Parade and the first station ever to televise it in color, and it's great that KSTP TV and Hubbard Broadcasting can once again be involved with the Winter Carnival Parade and broadcast it to all of you at home who are nice and warm.
We are looking over at Rice Park right now. Saw one of those ice sculptures. You were over there earlier, Bob, and you were watching some of them cut out the ice. That's an amazing art form, isn't it?
They've got a competition
going
on over there.
Isn't that gorgeous? All right. We are out of time. The parade is done. We hope you had a great time. As Bob and Angela said, we are proud to be a part of it. And as we look at that beautiful ice sculpture, we're going to say goodbye from downtown St. Paul in the 104th Grand Day Parade.
Free time for parents means fun time for kids.
At kids' time, I like to run and play on the mountain. 2 sides, 1 tunnel. Girl! Crazy about Nintendo.
It's perfect. Open days and nights, no reservations, and state licensed. You do your thing while kids do theirs. At Kids Time, a supervised play center. Everything a parent could want.
Bye-bye.
It's the sale for every skier at the White Wolf. 20 to 50% off all ski equipment and clothing. Heading west to take on the powder, skiing the Midwest, or looking for the best in cross-country skiing, the White Wolf has it all. 20 to 50% off. Buy a ski package and save an additional $25 to $100 and receive a complimentary introduction to Ski Link, the new exclusive learning center at Welch Village. When it comes to skiing, Welch Village has Ski Link. The White Wolf has the sale for every skier. The White Wolf, St. Paul, Burnsville, Hopkins, and Fridley.
I like winter, but I worry. I worry. Will my old car start this morning? Will my old car keep running in this cold? Will my old car get through this snow? I was going to wait until spring to get a new car, but I'm tired of worrying. I want to get a car that I can count on right now.
Right now, your Twin Cities area new car dealers have cars you can count on and hot deals that will really warm you. So don't worry and don't wait. Now is a great time to get a new car.
The Timberwolves take on the Pistons tonight at 7, only on Channel 5. We now join our regularly scheduled program.